All right, we got our pizzas. We are on our way. Special needs playgroup starts in 10 minutes.
My son's name is Xavier. He's a 12-year-old boy. He has autism, and he is loving and sweet and likes to hug people, but he still has trouble speaking, trouble socializing.
Gabe doesn't have the ability to really socialize. All of his peers have progressed and now have interests that he really can't grab onto.
Kibo's a great kid. He's 14 years old and he has autism spectrum disorder. He's very active and he's playful, but he definitely struggles with language, so it's hard for him to make friends.
When you have a special needs child and they're young, you can kind of blend with other kids because for the most part, every child has to be chaperoned. So you can go to typical kid parties because other parents have to watch their children there too.
At a certain point, the play starts with, hey, how are you? What do you like? And then Kibo would be silent. So now that he's in his teens, the opportunity for him to go on a play date or go to a birthday party are much slimmer.
It was sad to see that Xavier didn't have an opportunity to have friendships.
When other people in his school go to the mall, when other people in his school go to the movies, when they are hanging out, Gabe's not even an afterthought. You know, Gabe is at home with his parents.
Emerson is 15, he's a sophomore. And I thought, my goodness, this kid doesn't have a social group. He doesn't have anybody to hang out with. So I looked for other parents who had kids like Emerson. And I asked the pastor at my church if we could borrow the space to do a hangout. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna bring my speaker from home and we're gonna play some music and we're gonna have a dance party. And a few parents were like, sure, we'll come.
I thought, let's give it a go. And when we arrived, Gabe just ran out of the car. He was like, I'm so happy to be here. I can see these kids are gonna be like me.
Here's this wonderful group of kids that they can get to know, and they can keep getting to know them. These are other kids who in their own way know their story.
And it went from maybe 2 kids to 6 kids to 10 kids. And in just a year, it has grown because it's a safe space.
When we discovered this play group, I felt like I had a place too, right? I was like, I'm happy about Xavier, but I'm also happy for myself because I had felt so lonely in the whole process.
We all talk and you have that safe space to say, yep, I know what this is like, I know what you've been through. Or some of it's like, how did you deal with this at school? Or just, it's great.
Gabe looks forward to going there. He knows he's going to see his friends. He knows he's going to have great activities.
This I wanted to tailor like typical kids hanging out. They eat pizza. We start with a meal. So they sit at a table just so they can break bread together and see each other and say each other's names. And then they can go into the living room where we have music playing and we have a little video playing and they can play instruments or just hang out, lay on the couch, sit back, sit next to their friend. And then we have a craft.
Then we'll have a dance party at the end. It's really, really fun.
You would think that this existed in a lot of communities. It doesn't. So I'm driving an hour so that I can be with this group.
He craves routines, and so there's something about being able to say, I can count on this place where I'm gonna go to be with other kids and to do some fun things.
What I'm excited about this birthday, which will be his first birthday with We've Got Friends, is that he's got friends, right? You know what I mean? Like, you know, just reflecting on that actually makes me a little bit emotional.
When I hear other parents talk about just the joy of seeing their kids have friends, I just sometimes sit in the moment and think, my God, something so basic is so important for our kids. And it makes my heart flutter.
We've got friends, oh yes we do.